Yo. Once again, it's on. Back at you one more again. Real Kens TV and the House Like Kitchen Sinks. Now, before I get into today's story, if you will, understand that I'm the self-proclaimed Mr. 30 Minutes or Better. Meaning that anytime I drop a story, it's guaranteed to be 30 minutes or better. So if you're on your way to work, at work you don't feel like being there, as we so often don't. You're on your way home from work, you need to laugh, you need to cry. Perhaps you're trying to lay down and take a nap, or you're trying to go to sleep at night, depending on whatever time you're listening to or viewing this video. Or you're just in the mood for a good old-fashioned true, keyword being true, penitentiary / life story / life experience. This is the channel for you. If you prefer your 8 to 12, 15-minute videos, absolutely nothing wrong with that whatsoever. But at Real Kens TV, it's 30 minutes or better. So with all that being said, with all that being wrapped up into one big old nutshell, no pun intended, there is a message. You know, oftentimes, people are really intrigued by what goes on in the penitentiary. People that have never been to jail, they've never, and that's a great thing, they've never been to prison. They're really just, I don't know, just inquisitive to learn what goes on in the penitentiary. See, the penitentiary is just one of those places. I always talk about it. I always speak about how dangerous it is. Lions, tigers, gorillas, goons, hyenas, and birds, man, it's dangerous. It's dog eat dog, man. And when you go to the joint, when you go to the Jake, you got to be willing to get down, man. You got to be willing to get down and throw these things, man. And I'm not saying that, that's going to happen to everyone, because I know several people that have gone in, they've never had a problem. But I also know several people that have gone in and tried to mind their business, and despite that, they continuously had problems. Before I get into today's story, y'all jump in the comments and let me know where you're chiming in from. I'm in Lexington, Kentucky. There you go, kids. Tell us where you from. We know, motherfucker. I know you all know, but guess what? I have new people that view my videos every single day, and they don't know that I'm chiming in from Lexington, Kentucky. Okay, so simmer down. I'm in the pen, man. I get sent to the pen. It's 2001. I ain't never been locked up like that before. I didn't grow up getting in trouble with the law. I didn't have a juvenile record. I didn't have any of those things. No better than nobody else. I didn't have any. I wasn't breaking the law. I wasn't drinking. I wasn't getting high, anything. Somehow I found myself in the penitentiary in 2001 after doing 30 days in the county, and they sent my ass up the river. They send you to the pen, man. In Kentucky, you go to the Rotary Farm, a.k.a. the fish tank. It's in LaGrange, Kentucky. You go there, you get processed. They classify you. Well, Kens, what is classified? Speak to us. We don't know what all this prison lingo is. Duly noted. You go there, they do a physical evaluation, a mental evaluation. They go over your charges. And from all of these things, medical and things of that magnitude, and from all of these assessments that they, go through, they come up with a custody score for you, a custody level. Either you're going to go to a level 1, level 2, level 3, level 4, and that's where they decide. Once they decide, you're going to just be waiting until that prison comes and picks you up, or, the prison will come and pick you up. Might be there for a month, might be there 6 months, might be there 8 months, just depends. Nevertheless, you're at that Rotary Farm, man. It's one big old dorm, 100 people in the dorm. I believe it's 100 people in the dorm. Just a big old open area. You got 100 people, you got 2 microwaves, you got 3 or 4 phones, you got 1 shower, you got maybe 5 toilets, maybe 4 toilets, 4 to 5 toilets, 4 to 5 sinks. And you're locked down 23 hours a day. Now you're locked down, but you still have people to mingle with and talk to or whatever, just like one big old army barracks or whatever. You get to go out for rec 1 hour a day. And the Rotary Farm's not too bad. You got good commissary, but man, the thing about the Rotary Farm is dangerous, because you might be in there for the most simplest of crimes, and you sleeping next to a gorilla, cold-hearted killer. Everything's about bed space in prison. Everything's about filling the beds in prison. So literally, and I'm speaking literally, you may be sleeping this far from an individual. Literally. Especially on that top bunk, on the top rack. You roll over, you this far from this dude's face, man. It's terrible. If he blows gas or whatever in your face or whatever, so then you try to turn the other way, but it's an individual on the other side, depending on where you're positioned, which bunk that you're in. Again, they got to keep them beds filled. Locking people up is a business. That's why they got private prisons. So you got your goods and your bads, your pros and your cons, or what have you about the Rotary Farm. But when you first get to that Rotary Farm, it's like, man, it's really it's an eye-opening experience, especially if you've never been there before, because you don't know what to expect. Only thing you know is what people have told you. People always want to know, man, how was it, man? What did you feel like your first day in prison? Why did you get to that Rotary Farm? All you see is barbed wire. When you arrive at the facility, you just see it's a big, long, like it may have been a farm or farmland or something like that, and they put a prison on it. It's barbed wire everywhere. You riding on the Gray Goose. That's the bus. That's what they call it in Kentucky. The Gray Goose. You riding on this bus. You get to the what do you call it? Check-in point or whatever. They bring processing you or whatever. Come out, you don't really got no property because you can't bring anything with you from the county jail. See, you come from the county jail to the Rotary Farm. Can't bring, I don't care if you got $500 worth of commissary, hygiene items, can't take. Only thing you can bring with you is a certain amount of letters, pictures, a bowl and a cup, and I think a Bible. That's it. Everything else they're going to ask you, you want us to donate this, which the COs go through and sort through and pick out what they want. They cherry pick what they want. Or you can send this home. Well, who's going to spend $50, $60, $70 in postage to send commissary home? Now, if you got some clothes, if you came into jail and you got Jordans and jewelry and your wallet and all those things, yeah, obviously you want to send those things home. But your average individual doesn't have all of these things. Coming to the prison, one of the first things they're going to do, once they make sure that you don't have any contraband or anything that you're not supposed to have on you, they're going to give you these, it's like some scrubs. They're going to say, and you're not even knowing at the time, they're going to say, put this on. It's not even going to be your right size. You're going to be like, hey, man, this ain't even the right size. I don't wear, put the scrubs on. Put the scrubs on or whatever. They're going to walk you over. There's a shower area that you eventually get to. Once you get to that shower area, and it's crazy because it's just an area and it's in a high traffic area. So you got women, COs and staff members walking past, male staff members, and COs walking past. And you got to get in that shower, man. Yeah, you got to get in that shower and they're going to spray you down with this lice stuff. Like, I don't know, it's supposed to kill lice. Now, they used to make you shave your head. So if you had locks back then, them joints, them shits was coming off. You heard me? You could try to buck on them, man. You ain't cutting my hair. It's for my religion, man. Oh, yeah, what's your religion? Man, I'm a Rasta, man. Shout out to all the Rastas. You're a Rasta? Okay, where your paperwork at, man? Show us that you're a Rastafarian. Show us that the strength is really in your hair. You can't prove that. If you don't want to cut your hair, send his ass to the hoe. And you going to sit in the hoe until you willing to cut your hair. They've changed things now. So now they don't cut your hair. They're going to cut your facial hair. But they're not going to cut your actual hair. You got to get in this shower, man. They don't give you no shower shoes or nothing. You on a just a nasty floor. You standing on the floor. You got COs watching you. They spraying you with the whatever spray that it is. Don't know the exact name. You have to sit there and take a shower, like I said, in front of other inmates that came with you, other inmates that are, just in the area or what have you. Staff, people walking through, man. Rub it in your hair. Lift your arms. Rub your armpits. Rub your sack. Turn around. Like they do all that. It's a straight humiliation ritual. That's what I look at it as. Rock with me, man. Get to the story, Kens. Get to the heart of the story. I'm already in the heart of the story. You just weirdos don't understand that I'm already into the heart of the story. I get past that, you're immediately telling yourself, oh, God, please, man, if you just let me get out of here, please, somehow, some way, let me get out of this situation. I'm never going to sell dope again. I'm never going to cash checks again or make checks. I'm never going to do credit cards again. I'm never going to rob, steal, kill. I'm never going to do these things again. Time to pay the Pied Piper. See, mama can't help you. You in the joint. You with the big boys, man. And they don't play no games. They don't play no games. Go through that process. Once you do that, they give you an actual state uniform, which is like at the rotary farm, it's either blue, either you're going to be in blue or yellow. Matter of fact, it wasn't blue or yellow. Either you're going to be in blue or green. Yellow was like after you've been there 60 days, you go over to another station, and then you have to change into the yellow uniforms to that's just what they wore if you've been there more than 60 days. Problem is with that, you done already got acclimated to where you was at. You cool, waiting on the prison to come and get you. I'm like, man, I'm straight, man. I ain't trying to go over here and have to meet new people and get used to a new system, but it doesn't work the way that you want it to work. Get through the rotary farm, they send you to the pen, man. They send me to Lee County. Lee County was it was medium security, which is equivalent to about a level 3. It was a camp at one point, but they had transitioned into a level 3. I want to say Lee County was privately owned in 2001. I want to say, pretty sure it was. Which means that an individual that got a lot of money, got a lot of pool influence, buys land, buys a prison or whatever, and just makes the money because the state has to pay for each individual that's being housed at this facility. The incentive, everybody's getting a kickback. The judge, the prosecution, everybody's getting a kickback. So the incentive is locking people up so we can get this money, man. You got a lot of people that need to be locked up, but then you got a lot that don't. And the ones that don't, like if I go into Walmart, which I don't do this, but I'm just using me as an example. If I go into Walmart and I steal $500-$600 worth of stuff, I'm wrong. I'm dead wrong. Give me a year in the county. Give me 6 months in the county. And every time I get caught up or whatever, guess what? Continue to give me them 6 months to a year. But 10 years, 12, 13 years for a little theft, again, maybe my words are coming across wrong. I don't necessarily want to say a little theft, but in comparison, as far as the amount of time that they're giving you, there's no way. There's no possible way. I stole $600, worth of goods out of Walmart. That's retail. It's not really $600. It's probably $150, $200. But you want to give me 13 years? That's how the prison system thrives. Well, kids, you shouldn't be doing it. You wouldn't have to worry about it. I understand that. Respectfully, I get it. You shouldn't be doing it. But just because you do something that you're not supposed to do, it doesn't mean that you deserve the ultimate punishment. You get caught for speeding. Speed limit is 70, you going 100. Well, we're going to give you 7 years. 7 years for what? Because we can, especially in a Commonwealth state as Kentucky is, we can. Well, if you don't want to go and do 7 years, 9 years, 10 years, whatever, don't speed. I get it. Don't speed. But it doesn't mean that just because I did something that wasn't right, that you should just be able to throw the book at me. And that's how the whole prison system works. That's how it thrives. Lee County, I don't know who's who. They still got clothes on the yard, meaning that they were in transition of taking the clothes off the yard and everybody was going to dress, the same, one accord, khaki uniforms. Dudes got on regular clothes. I see people with Jordans on. I see people with suits on. I see people with jewelry on. Nobody wears their tag, because you got an ID that you're supposed to wear on your shirt. But a lot of people flip it around. Nobody really wants people to know their real name. So they flip their ID around, but it shows that they have their ID on. I don't know who's staff and who's fucking inmates. It's an adjustment period. I don't know nothing. I'm in the joint. I'm in the pen. I see gorillas walking on the yard. When I say gorillas, I'm talking about, man, dudes, white and black, man. Some of them are 5'7", 5'8". Some of them are 6'5", 6'6". Some of them are 6'2", 6'1". But the majority of them was 5'11". I don't know. That's just what it was. Okay? I'm not making this up. The majority of the people in prison that was gorillas was 5'11". Y'all rock with me. Dudes walking through, don't got no shirts on. In prison in Kentucky, you had to wear, when you were on the yard, because remember, they took the clothes off the yard. So it got to the point to where you had to wear either all gray sweatsuit with a white t-shirt. That's pretty much what it was gonna be. Or gray shorts. You had to wear white shoes. You had to order all of your items out of Access, JL Marcus. And there was another one that you could order from, but they would have 3 catalogs where you could order your clothes and things from. They stopped doing the home packages. Your people used to, every 90 days, could send you a home package consisting of clothes, washcloths, blankets, food. They stopped all of that. Oh, no, the inmates are trying to smuggle stuff in now. It's easy to say that. Yeah, some probably were, but the majority weren't. No, it's a monopoly. You all figured it out. Inmates' family spends money, so guess what? Instead of them sending the packages or whatever in, the food and commissary and clothing and shoes, we'll just charge astronomical fees and make them go through this, and this is the only way they can get it. It's what they do in prison, man. It's a business. As I mentioned, man, I'm seeing gorillas walk through on the yard, man. And you kind of know who's who. Kentucky is not heavily gang populated. So for some of you all that may be on the West Coast or on the East Coast or places where it's heavily gang, you got sets in Kentucky. You got hoods. I'm not saying there's no gangs, because there are, but it's not heavily gang populated. Don't got a lot of shot callers in prison. If you want to split a motherfucker's wig, you go split their wig, man. You know what I mean? Like, it ain't nobody that you got to check with first, and it's just going to be what it's going to be. The yard's going to get locked down for a couple of days, and it's just what it is, what it's going to be. See big dude walking through, man. I know it's really a few of them, and they all in the same car, the same workout car, meaning they work out together, the same group. I see big dude, man, Big Todd. Big Todd, 6'3", roughly. Dark-skinned dude. Muscles everywhere. Paws, double paws. This dude was you could definitely tell he's done a lot of time. He walks through, he got his dark sunglasses on. All of them did. It was like 4 or 5 of them. None of them had on shirts. All of them had on, the white tennis shoes. All of them had on the gray shorts. And they was gorillas, man. They were gorillas to the point of, as far as the standpoint, rather, of physically seeing them. They might not have been able to throw a punch, but when you look at them physically, looks like that, yeah, they not to be played with. Got Big Todd. I ended up being in the dorm with Big Todd. Wasn't in a cell. They had individual cells. Actually, they had 2-man cells. I didn't end up being in a 2-man cell. I was in a dorm. Big Todd, man, just didn't play no games, man. He had cloud on the yard. He had all the cigarettes on the yard. They had just stopped. Well, actually, I believe they had cigarettes then, but they were, again, transitioning out. In 2001, yeah, they had cigarettes. They did. But doesn't mean that you can't hustle cigarettes just because they sell cigarettes in the commissary. Again, this dude had clout as far as the individuals that was around him. When I seen Big Todd sleep a dude, man. I got a weak stomach. I'm not a violent individual. I'm going to fight for mine if I got to fight for mine, but violence doesn't come to my mind first. You steal $100 from me, I'm going to be mad, but violence is, you know what? You keep it a little $100. Now, if it goes to something else, it goes to something else, but violence is not the first thing that enters my mind. I don't know what happened. I mind my own business. I try to, but you just see it. You're in an open dorm. At Lee County, it was 2-man cubicles. They didn't even have the upper bunks. The bunk beds, basically. Nah, you got your bed on this side, your bed on this side. But it was just a big old area. And they had walls that separated you all with these cubes. And the walls was maybe about 4 foot high. 4.5, something like that. And that's it. You could just reach over the wall. What's up, my dog? What y'all over watching? What y'all cooking? Oh, man, I talked to a girl today. Yeah, for real. You know, that's just what it was. Not too many individual cells in Kentucky. Or 2-man cells. There's prisons that have them, don't get me wrong. But at the time in 2001, it wasn't very many. I don't know what it is now. I'd imagine it's still not a lot. Again, locking people up is a business. They got to make money. Seen Big Todd, man. I don't know what the scenario was. Only thing I know is it was a dude walking back from commissary. And next thing I know, boom! See, dude gets slept. It was a white dude, man. I've already given you all the dimensions, pause, as far as, you know, Big Todd's, you know, stature. This white dude was probably 5'9". You could tell he worked out. You know what I'm saying? Cool dude. Probably 205, 210, 215. He didn't even see it coming for real. Big Todd slept him. Boom! Now you this big ass dude that I didn't just explain to you all. He hits you from the blind side. I seen another time he walked up in somebody's cube and just took everything they had. Dude was a bully, man. He was a straight bully. I would be in the weight pile, man, and he's on there. He's repping 315 like it ain't nothing. He got his legs in the air, and it was a song that he loved in 2001, and he would always be singing it that would amp him up. If you know hip-hop, you know. If you don't know hip-hop, you can Google it. By Trick Daddy out of Miami. I don't know what this world's gonna bring, but I know one thing, that this is the life for me, baby, because I'm a thug. That's how the hook went in the song. And he would always sing that part when he was lifting his weights, bouncing. Well, he wasn't even bouncing. He's hitting that 315 for reps like it ain't nothing. That's how they do in the joint. And I would always be in there, man. I would laugh because I like that song. All right. But I know one thing, that this is the life for me, baby, because I'm a thug. You know, you really feel like you a thug. Like as though a thug is a good thing to be. Rock with me. You really feel as though you a thug when you in penitentiary? Because, and y'all hear this noise? Y'all can miss me with the comments. Oh, Ken's is in there letting go. No, it's my seat, man. Only a weirdo would even, you know. But nevertheless, I'm in a way, pal. But I've never been a yes man. I've never been a guy that's trying to hang on, you know what I mean? One of my best friends in the whole world was a vice lord, man, out of Chicago. Kenneth Anderson. That was his name, Kenneth Anderson. A.K.A. Chi-Town, A.K.A. Skull. All those people that knew him from Chi-Town knew him by Skull. Now, I don't know Chicago. I've never been there. I want to go. So y'all jump in the comments if you're familiar. It was Cabrini Greens projects. It was something Cabrini Greens. I don't know. No disrespect. I've never been there. And it's been a while since I've talked about this. He would always try to get me to come back to Chicago with him just to kick it. No, my friend. Now, he was a vice lord. He's a 5-star general, man. Meaning that he had 5-star. He was a general. He had actually retired to what do you call it? Nation of Islam, maybe Muslim. Like he was no longer an active member of the vice lords, but he was still a vice lord. He always respected me so much because he would say, "Kens, as long as I've known you, you never once asked me to be initiated or looked into being initiated into the vice lords." And that's a little odd because most people, they get around me and most people's in prison and they're trying to look for a way to. I'm like, bro, that's just not me, man. I'm not knocking anybody that does it. It's just not. So him and I, man, that was my dog, man. He just rock with me, man. He rock with me. Unfortunately, Skull's no longer with us, man. I came home and I don't know, whenever I got out last time, and I hit his wife up on Facebook, trying to get his Skull because he wasn't a Facebook type dude. She was like, "You didn't know?" I was like, "No, what's going on?" He passed away 2 years ago, man. So shout out, R.I.P. to Skull, But Skull was a real individual, man. He put in his work and he just retired from that. I mean, in prison, you're looking for somebody to kind of latch on to. Not everybody, again, not everybody. But when you running up against, or you potentially going up against guys like Big Todd, what do you do? It's easy we can all sit here and be like, man, if he ran up on me, I would do this and I would do that. If was a fifth, we'd all be drunk. But when the reality hits you and you got a problem, or you don't have a problem, but an individual, a gorilla got a problem with you, or a gorilla's trying to take you, what do you do, man? It's because you zesty in prison don't mean you're not a gorilla. So what do you truly, truly do? That's why I want this message to really, really resonate and to get out there with like the youngsters, because they think they just gonna go to prison and everything is just all sweet. Sometimes it is, but oftentimes it's not, man. If you're a rat, you're gonna be exposed. I done seen times to where dudes was on the first 48 and ratted and didn't even know that they were being recorded, and they play them shits in prison. And the whole yard's looking at you like, bro, I'm in here watching you on first 48 telling. Police don't care nothing about you, man. First of all, you shouldn't even be telling in the first place. It was good they played the first 48. You get what you get for being a rat, man. If you're going to do the crime, man, you got to be able to do the time, man. You shouldn't even do the crime in the first place. But if you insist, you got to be willing to deal with whatever comes along with that. Big Todd knew who to run up on. He ain't running up on no true G's, no true gangsters. Situation was another white dude. Same scenario, same prison, same person. Cigarettes was legal, but this dude had some other. Big Todd wanted in. Cut me in or cut it out. If it's a nickel bag sold in the park, I want in. King of New York. That wasn't my line. I didn't make that up. White dude wasn't trying to hear that shit. He trying to ball, man. He trying to do his thing. He trying to get high and make money. Okay. Big Todd got a couple of his, actually 5 or 6 of his dudes, his gorillas, they call dude in the bathroom. picked him up, hung him upside down. They knew he would keister his action in from visit. See, they're gonna watch you in prison. Everything is calculated. Everything is calculated. Everything is, nobody really jumps and moves on impulse. Some people do. My every move is a calculated step to bring me close to embracing early death. It was calculated. He comes back from visit. They know that he got the bag. They know that he done, keistered it, swallowed it, whatever. He got to go to the bathroom. He's going to come out in the toilet. He's going to put some gloves on. He's going to put his hand in the toilet and get it. And he's going to make a lot of money. Big Todd and his crew. Cigarettes was cool, but it wasn't enough. Get that out. Dude wasn't trying to get it out. Picked him up, hung him upside down, pull his pants down, man. Put the gloves on. We going in. I'm going in. And I'm going to go hard. Yeah, they going in, man. The gloves on, man, with the Vaseline. It's penitentiary stuff. I know it sounds disgusting, but this youngsters, this is what you get when you go penitentiary. These are the type of things that you're subjecting yourself to when you go to prison. All right, man. All right. Dude didn't want to, he wasn't trying to have that. Goes to the toilet, uses the bathroom, handles his business, goes in there and grabs it out of the toilet. Gives it to Big Todd, man. This ain't a one-time occurrence. Now, man, you gonna cut me and I'm gonna let you make you some money because I gotta let you make you some money because there's no incentive for you to continue to bring it in, but you're gonna break me off just as well. Again, there's no real gangs. There's no structure on the yard. So people are kind of running rampant and doing whatever they want to do. Big Todd would never get away with this on a real prison yard. Not saying that Kentucky prison yards are not real. I'm not saying that whatsoever, but a little bit lackadaisical and laid back, especially then. It was Lee County. It was transitioning over to a level 3 yard. He just wasn't going to do that at Eastern. He wouldn't have done that at Eddyville, home of Death Row, a.k.a. home of Fleece Johnson. Not back then. I don't know how Eddyville is now, but back then he wasn't going to get away with that. Seemed as though he kind of picked and chose his battles. He knew what he was doing. Again, this dude was a straight gorilla, man. 6'3", 225, 230. Muscles everywhere. He just talked mean. He had a deep voice. Yeah, what's up? Hey, how you doing today, man? Hey, what's up? Just had a deep voice. Had people behind him. He had a little crew. He had a car. It was a nice car. They all big. They all, was about that action. You could spend $100 a week at that time. He spent $100 a week. So he had plenty of money. He never went to the chow hall. Never. It was an insult for him to go to the chow hall. You got dudes like that in prison that, act like because they getting so much money. I never go to the chow hall. Some days you got good shit in the chow hall. Pizza. The little square, the rectangle pizzas that they used to serve, in school. Chicken patties. Taco days. Wraps. Chicken, which they stopped serving chicken in the Kentucky prisons, but it used to be chicken. You got certain days, spaghetti. But you got these dudes that's bougie. They can't go to the chow hall. And I think that a lot of times they would want to go, but it's an image. They don't want people to see them in the chow hall. Y'all been to prison, you know what I'm talking about. Although that the food, the hamburger days, Polish sausage, if I go to this chow hall, they're going to think I'm broke. Dumb, stupid thinking. So they don't go to the chow hall. You'll see some of the dumbest, most ignorant things in prison because there's no voice of reasoning whatsoever. So I'm seeing this guy, Big Todd, just literally terrorize the yard. Certain people on the yard. He didn't say anything to me ever because I wasn't in the mix. I wasn't amongst so there was never a reason for him to say anything to me. I end up getting transferred. My custody level goes down. I get transferred out. They send me to a camp. They send me to Blackburn in Lexington, Kentucky. I've spoken about it several times. I'm so happy. It's where I'm from. I'm at home. I'm at Blackburn. Maybe about 4 or 5 months. The bus comes in. The bus will come in once a week, sometimes twice. You see there's a move sheet. You be able to see the transfer and the move sheet, see who's coming in or whatever. I ain't never cared nothing about this stuff. I ain't pay attention. None of my partners wasn't coming to the joint. There's a lot of people that I knew, grew up with or whatever, but like my partners, they were never going to be on the move sheet because they didn't catch cases. Big Todd ends up at Blackburn. He's not happy. He want to stay where he's at. He's making plenty of money. He's straight. He's been there for years. He's good. Thing about in prison, you don't control if you're good or not. His custody level dropped. Once his custody level dropped, guess what? We got to drop you down to a level 2. Blackburn's a level 2. Now he's at Blackburn. You could tell just the disdain that he had. I want to go back to the yard. Get me back to the yard. It's a big difference. You at a camp, minimum security. COs think they can just talk to you any type of way. They do it behind the fence too. Don't get it twisted. Level 3, level 4, they do. So some of these guys that jump on there and make it seem as though them COs don't be talking crazy to you, man. I done seen probably more COs get talked to crazy behind the walls opposed to being at a camp. True talk. He's there. You could tell we in the same dorm. He does not like it at all. But he's getting kind of close to going home. Matter of fact, he is close to going home. He's within months of going home. So I guess somewhat he's dealing with it. He's running the poker games. Now he can really run the poker games. He ran the poker games. He ran a poker game behind the fence just because people knew who he was and he had backing but now at a camp he's really guerrilla. You know, you feel like he's a gorilla. He's at a game. Little dude, man, little short dude. I don't even remember his name, but he from Lexington, so we just gonna call him, I don't know, we'll call him Lil Tim, man, because I don't remember his name. Dude wasn't number about 5'5", but he was big, like he lifted a lot of weights. He could hoop. Believe it or not, he could hoop. But he wasn't number like 5'5", and you know, he ran with all his Lexington cats. He had a crew of about 6-7 dudes that he ran with. They playing poker. This particular day, I guess Big Todd had taken somewhat of an L. He had to pay out a whole lot. After the game, you know, you waiting to get your bread or whatever. Nothing was said. Hey, bro. He goes to, you know, Big Todd, Lil Tim. Hey, can I get my bread, man? He don't want pain. I told you, nigga, I'm gonna bring it to you, man. I'm just saying, though. Are you right? Waited. Came back. My bread at, bro. You got 6'3", in which Big Todd was, and Lil Tim was 5'5" at best. You playing me for some old bitch ass nigga? I told you I was gonna pay you. I told you, bam, slapped him. Slapped fire out of him. He slapped fire out of him. Now, when he does these things, you got these dudes from Lexington, and I'm not saying Lexington is soft by any stretch of the imagination, but these dudes, they were all money getters. They had that spice, that spig at K2 on the yard, so they had plenty of bread. Nobody, man, let's jump this motherfucker. Nobody did nothing, man. Slapped him. You see them slaps you, he definitely ain't giving you your stuff now. It's a wrap. In the meanwhile, when he did all of these things to Lil Tim, he had food in the microwave back in the dorm. When it's an open dorm, 50 people in the dorm. My dog Fortune. I've told this part of the story before. My dog Fortune, man. He from the western part of Kentucky. He's waiting to get in a microwave. There's only 2 microwaves in the dorm. He been waiting and waiting and waiting. There's a rule in prison. Don't touch nobody else's food, nobody else's bowl, nobody else's cup, nobody else's. If it's in the microwave, you leave it there until they get there. So Fortune in his own right was a gorilla. Now, Fortune wasn't 6'3", but Fortune was 5'11". Fortune was every bit of 5'11", weighed about 225, dark skin, had him dreads, but they were about down to his shoulder. Cool, laid back dude, soft. Hey, how you doing, man? How you? Yeah. And will bust your ass though. Very, very humble. And that was my dog, man. Like me and Fortune, man, we would argue every day, and we hit the punching bag. He hit that punching bag, and he's boom, like he knew how to really boom, like the whole bag would just Fortune. But he never bothered nobody. He never had no problems. He didn't ask the dorm several times. Hey, who's bowls in the microwave? I'm trying to get in the microwave. He waits. He goes out in the hallway. We're in a dorm. A dorm has 5 bays, A, B, C, D, and E. Those are what you call bays. 50 people per bay. You got a guard's tower in the middle. You got the little rec room. You got a couple, you got a rec room and a TV room or whatever. So you walking around in the dorm like, hey, anybody in the microwave? And you know, A bay, A bay, bay, A bay, bay, A bay, bay. Hey, baby, in A Bay, anybody in the microwave? He's asking, he's doing his due diligence, but he ready to eat. He want to eat his food just as well. Nobody says anything, so he grabs the bowl, makes sure the top's on it, puts the bowl on top, covers it up again, even though there's a top on it, and you know, make sure that everything was everything with Big Todd's food. Now he didn't know it was Big Todd. Big Todd hadn't even been there long. But they came down there together. That's what was so significant about the story. I already knew my dog Fortune. Big Todd finally comes into the room, into the dorm, right when he sees what's going on. Oh, hell no. So you had a deep voice. Oh, hell no. No. Deep ass voice, man. Intimidating ass voice, big ass muscles. Who took my bowl out of microwave? You would die for something like that in the penitentiary. Behind them fences, behind them walls. Who did it? Fortune calmly walks up. Hey, my dog, calm down, man. I did it. Although they came on the same bus together, they didn't know each other. My bad, dog, I did it. I waited 20 minutes, man, and I went around, I asked. I don't care if it was 2 hours, nigga, don't ever touch my bowl. You heard me? Again, Fortune's very humble. Listen, bro, you know what I mean? I tell you what, it was like some, Big Todd ate very healthy. So it was like some corn, some broccoli. It was like vegetables. And he had it all mixed up in a bowl. Like I said, he got $100 a week he could spend. So he was able to eat the best of the best as far as, you know, in prison. Fortune was humble to himself. You know what? He was humble anyway. Listen, bro, he went around. He didn't have all of the items that Big Todd had. He had a couple of them, but he was trying to get canned goods with carrots and all that stuff. Look, man, I'm going to give dudes this stuff back. But he couldn't get everything. I'm just saying, bro, if you ever touch my stuff again, he just running it. And Fortune's like, bro, we got to eat too, though. I understand that, you know, you have some other things perhaps going on, but I want to eat my food too. He just kept, you know, he was trying to be cordial about the situation. Big Todd just kept running and running and running. So finally, Fortune's like, well, look, bro, he never got loud. What you want to do, man? What you want to do? Nobody had ever seen an individual stand up to Big Todd like that. Wasn't loud again. He was, what you want to do, bro? I done came at you on some respectful, manly type. And you think you gonna just disrespect me? He goes in the bathroom. Meet me in the bathroom, man. I said, Fortune, man, he could throw them things just as well. Meet me in the bathroom, bro. We ain't got to go through all this hollering and screaming. Now, mind you, remember I said it's 5 bays. Hey, baby. Hey, baby. We in A Bay. Hey, baby. Hey, baby. Everything is glass, see-through. For y'all that are old enough to remember the show Oz on HBO. If you're not, Google it. Everything is see-through. You can see everything. COs can see everything that's going on. It's still blind spots, but as far as the main areas, significant areas, the CO can see it. Get on to this bathroom, bro. You can't really see in the bathroom because you got to have some form of privacy. Although they can walk through and see you when they walk through, but they can't look through and see you. They had like the tent up in the bathroom part. What's up, man? Get on in this bathroom. I want to see if you about it, and rowdy. I want to see if you about what you proclaim to be. Get on in this bathroom. Again, nobody that I had ever seen had challenged Big Todd. I'm just saying, bro, I ain't even got to be all that. Just don't touch my motherfucking food. Look, bro, you still screaming and hollering. Get on there in this bathroom, man. Me and you, it ain't got to be nobody else. Me and you, we can go in here and handle this. Me and you. Remember, Fortune's 5'11", man. Big Todd wanted no parts of Fortune. That situation ended up dying off. It was spreading across the yard a little. Oh man, Fortune punked out Big Todd. He didn't really punk him out. He was just saying, bro, I don't want no smoke. I don't want no problems either, but I'm a man. Like I said, me and Fortune, we hit the punching bag. We work out together, man. We joke and laugh. I used to go and get his MP3 player. He'd come and get my MP3 player because, like, you can upload songs and, there was certain mornings I'd be like, yeah, big boy, I want you bad, big boy. Pause. I woke up on one this morning. Any man, you can get it this morning. Talking about, throwing hands, but it was all jokes. And some mornings I'd be sleepy, he come. They call me Lex. They ain't call me Kens. Yeah, what's up, big boy? Yeah, I want you. Get on it. But we was cool. Like, it was my dog, man. I'm talking about, man, in prison, man, if somebody's hungry, typically, unless they like really, really fool with you, what you want, man? What you want, a noodle or something? Somebody offer you a noodle or something like that. Nah, Fortune wasn't like it. Had a big heart. What you want, man? Go in the box, what you want, a burger? What you want, a double burger? The bacon cheeseburger? What you want, a Polish sausage? What you want? And him and I still communicate to this day. It was my dog. I got out before he did. And I kept it real with him, kept sending him money or whatever. Like, we talked. That was my dude. Big Todd wanted no parts of Fortune. Situation kind of died out. Basketball season hits. Stay off the courts in the penitentiary. Stay off the poker tables in the penitentiary. Although we're at a camp, still prison. It's a lower level prison. Big Todd gets into it with a dude, and it was words exchanged, but nothing ever happens. It's on the inside. It's in the gym. A couple weeks later, now they got outside basketball courts. You can hoop outside. They hooping outside. Same two individuals, Big Todd and the other individual, which I don't remember his name. I ain't gonna make up a name. I'm gonna just say the other individual. They get into it. The other individual, we can call him Slim. I'll make up a name. I won't call him Slim. He's about 6'1", 6'6'1". No, he wasn't. See, that's the thing that I hate about saying people's sizes as far as 5'11", and because you all tend to think that everybody is 5'11", and they're not. You all tend to think that the whole world is 5'11", but the whole world is not 5'11". This individual was, like I said, 6'1", a little bit shorter than Big Todd. On the basketball court on the outside. 6'1", long arms, caramel complected dude, got the braids. He a young dude, man. You got to realize Big Todd at the time was probably, Big Todd had to have been 30. What did Will Smith and Martin saying at Bad Boys? When dude came to pick up Martin's daughter, Marcus's daughter. Oh, this big ludicrous looking motherfucker. Yeah, this dude looked like him. Couldn't weigh no more than 165, 170. Was a cut up dude, but he wasn't really big in stature. He was cut up, but they got to banging down low. Words were exchanged. One word led to the next led to the next led to the next. Well, what's up? What's up? They squared up. Square up. Square up! Y'all go back and look at my video that's on the thumbnail. It says square up. Square up! That means get it in. Let's throw these things, man. All the talking, let's square up, man. They square up. Big Todd, he sees that Slim has no fear in his heart. Big Todd sees that Slim's heart doesn't pump Kool-Aid. What's up? I've been wanting you anyway, big boy. What's happening? I guess at that point, and I've seen Big Todd throw them things, but I've seen him, but it was never at an individual that was a fight. It was just on some sneak shit or on some individual that was timid. I never really seen him square up and really have to use strategy and throw from his shoulder and fight. So he runs up. I guess he's trying to use his size. He's way bigger, significantly bigger. He, boom, boom. Man, he gets two-pieced, man. Can't make this up. I can make it up, but I'm not. Y'all rock with me. He gets two-pieced. Urban Dictionary, he gets hit 2 times with his fist. Boom, boom. Yeah, what's happening? Slim's about that action. He's about that drama. He's about that action. A couple people try to step in and break it. Nah, come on, man. Y'all chill out. Y'all break it up, man. See, Slim had people on his side. He had a car, too. They were from the same city. Shout out to Louisville, Kentucky, 502, man. Louisville, chopper chill. See, Louisville is so big. It's such an area. You got east, you got west, you got, you know what I mean? Like, there's so many different segments. And a lot of cities are like that. Once again, nothing but love. I rock with the Louisville Cats. I didn't get into it with my own partners because I was rocking with the Louisville Cats, not jumping in, going against, Lexington, no fights or nothing like that. But I'm saying, man, I rocks with Louisville, man. 502. Yum Center, Muhammad Ali. You know what I mean? 2 pieces, Big Todd. Big Todd don't even fight back. Lucky I'm trying to go home. This ain't over with. I'm going to catch your bitch ass on the street. You look, catch me on the street. We here right now. Catch me right now. What's happening? Slim ready to go some more. Big Todd wanted no action, no drama, no nothing. And that's what really, really made me know. Even though in my mind I knew it, but to actually see it. And big dudes, some big dudes will scrape you though. They'll bust your ass. Don't get me misconstrued. I'm not saying that big dudes can't fight and defend themselves. These dudes been big their whole lives. They never had a fight. So their stature, their look, their intimidation, the voice, the deep, yeah, what's up? The deep voice, you know what I'm saying? How big you are you done knocked a couple people out that wasn't gonna fight you back. Didn't mean a damn thing, man. Let that dude two-piece you, man. And your only explanation was, I'm just trying to go home. He staged one. Stage one means like, when you stage one, it means that you're doing something that's, you come home, right? You really want to go kick with your fellas. But you know your girl gonna trip about you supposed to go do something with her or whatever. So you argue or you create an argument over the slightest. Damn, baby, why you got all these motherfucking dishes in the sink? Baby, it's the fork in the cup. I'm just saying, why you raising your voice for one thing, and then you got all these motherfucking dishes? Did I go in here, the clothes ain't washed? You staging one so you can get out of the house, staging an argument. Big Todd was staging one. He didn't want no parts. He wanted parts until he seen that dude was about that action. Slim was about that action and that drama. So therefore, man, you lucky. I'm trying to go home. I've been locked, and he been locked up for a long time. Don't get it misconstrued. But my thing is this. If you've been locked up 10, 11, 12 years, why are you even involving yourself in a scenario in which something could pop off? I know you want to go home. So don't involve yourself in that drama whatsoever. Because when you do, you can't involve yourself in that drama when it prevails for you, when it, is beneficial for you. As soon as you get an individual such as myself, ain't nobody gonna put their hands on me. I mean, you might knock me out, you might stomp me, they're gonna be like, man, Ken's, you know what I mean? I'm gonna give an effort, no, you're not gonna do that. Slim, he proved to the whole yard, to everybody that witnesses, to that everybody that heard about it. You're not gonna do this to me, man. And Big Todd was not the man that he say he be. He was. Got punked out, because I call it getting punked out. If somebody calls you out and you don't want to go fight, that don't mean you got punked out. In my eyes, it just meant I got better things to do. You ain't put your hands on me, you can call me what you want to on me. But once a person puts their hands on you and you don't do nothing, especially you an individual that's supposed to be, bad about it. You bout it? Say you bout it. You supposed to be bout it. Evidently you wasn't. Big Todd ended up chilling or whatever. Everything died over. And he ended up getting transferred a couple weeks later. They say, like I said, they say he staged one. It goes all the way back to where, see, I hook my stories, pause. He staged one to get sent back behind the fence. He did his last, 60 days and then went home. I don't know if I'm gonna look on the site and see if he's back in, because I know his real name. KOL, Kentucky Online Offender Lookup. Does you all know good because you don't know his name, but I'm gonna look it up and see if he's back. Matter of fact, I know he's back because I've seen him since 2001. So I know that at some point he was back and he was still doing the same shit. Shout out to my dog Fortune. Shout out to Slim and everybody else that don't take no flack from these bullies, man, that think that their size and voice and the fact that they lift 450 on the weight pile can do something for them. If you already know how to fight, okay, you might be in trouble. You run up against one of these gorillas. But if they knew how to fight, if they already knew how to fight prior to, my manual rewind, prior to being able to lift 400 in the weight pile, you might be in trouble. But just because they went in there and got their weight up, that don't mean nothing. 3 or 4 punches, if that, probably 2 or 3 punches, they out of wind, they out of gas. Now what? Now we're gonna see what your hands and your legs, your foot movement. We're gonna see what this. I know how to do all of this stuff. We're gonna see what your skills really consist of. Real Ken's TV. Hopefully you like the video. Feel free to comment, definitely share, subscribe to the channel if you're not already subscribed, and be sure to hit that post notification. So anytime I bring you this action and this heat, guess what? You're amongst the first to receive.